Hey everyone, it is Ringgold. I am part of the test team for IEH2. I just wanted to do some tutorial videos for everyone. In this video, I will be going over the new content for Super Dungeons and how to get started. So the first thing you want is Mystic Arena Rank 2, which will unleash the tab Super Dungeon. You will also want to start the quest Super Dungeon 1. In Super Dungeon 1, the description talks about how to dodge, which I would highly recommend reading. It also talks about having nitro off at the start, and it tells you how to use the dodge with this, spacebar or clicking the dodge. And also it tells you more the help file which I wrote. Highly recommend reading that as well. But yeah, once you start the Super Dungeon 1, you can go ahead and click on the Super Dungeon tab and you would be able to hit start. Now I kind of want to go over some things first before I get started here. So you want to be mindful of some of the information. Some things are going to be nerfed. Hero stats are nerfed. We can see that in the ability. We can see these yellow numbers are really low for where I should be with this save. But what happens is that it gets hit by a log 10 for all the additive and multis, which you can increase using the After Effects, which I'll get into later. So you do get hit with some nerfs there. This slime hideout does not have any field debuffs, but it does have a field curse that reduces ability points to pretty much nothing. The max floor reach will be for when you get to a floor and you safely leave, and it's the higher one, you'll get a bonus to the the rewards. So stone gain, leaf gain, crystal gain, gold cap, gold gain, and slime cap, which will increase per floor, and also then later on modifiers by these amounts. So once you're here, then you can also click start, and you'll be greeted with this blank screen, which can be upgraded later on to show. It'll allow you to have a power up here. But we'll go ahead and just get started on one so I can kind of show how it all works. So start one, and you know what, let me take off nitro so you can actually see what's going on. So you get 10 floors or 10 waves that you have to complete, and once you do complete those 10 waves, you get to a screen, the safe zone, which will have power-ups that you can purchase with dungeon coins that you get from killing monsters. These are all random. You can see the power-ups in the improvement power-up tab. So right now I have 7 of them, and I have 3 options, which I had upgraded right here. An upgrade 1. So you start with 2. Now I can get up to 3. So that will let me pick 3 out of the 7 that will be randomly put in here. So you can use your dungeon coins to power up upgrades or power up. You can upgrade power ups, purchase power ups. That's what I'll call it. Purchase the power ups. You can see then you can see them get buffed here, the buff like where the buff buffs were. But we can see with 2 purchases, I have a current effect of 350% damage, SD damage multiplier, and then 400% of the physical damage after. So I could see that here if I go to attack and physical, 400% after. So I'm getting a total of 852 because the base plus log 10 on top of the after effect. Same with the damage multiplier. It's just a whole, actually it's an additive one. So we see the 350 up top and we get 450%, and then everything else is multi after that. Now, if I say I wanted to take these, if I needed these 4 dungeon coins, to get them back safely, to get them back into my dungeon coin pool, I need to leave. If I start this 3rd floor and then I would die on that floor, I would lose the 4 plus whatever I might get from killing monsters on this next floor. There are ways to save some coins. I believe you can get up to 75% with the purchases. I think there's one in Epic Store, one in modifier milestones, and then there's one in area mission milestones. So probably the best one to get first off will be the area mission milestones. That'll be probably the easier one if you've world ascended and you can get up to that milestone for area missions. I guess the easiest one would be to purchase it if you want to spend real life money to get it. So yeah, that's safely leaving. You must safely leave to get whatever shows up here. This would be like where your topazes and rubies will show up. Since I'm talking about topaz, you get topazes every time, or not every, I shouldn't say every time. Your first clear, or your first clear of a floor per hero. So if I'm looking at my angel, my highest is floor 19. I will need to go to floor 20 to get another topaz. It'd actually be 2 topazes because the way it works is floor 1 through 10, you get 1 topaz, and then floor 11 to 20, you would get 2. And then it would get increased by 1 every 10th floor. So you can get more topazes, which then can be used to rank up power-ups. So like I've ranked up SD damage multiplier up to 5 with my topaz, and rank 6 with my physical. So I could actually increase the 6, which I'm actually going to do. You can also use topazes for automations, and that will just allow you to automate things. I won't go into too much detail with that, but check out the automation tab. And also, once you do unlock some of them, the option Super Dungeon options will have some settings that you can adjust the way you automate your dungeon runs. The next one, rubies. You will get rubies every 10th floor for the first time once you per hero. So every time you clear floor 10, or sorry, not every time. The first time you clear floor 10 on, like, say when I did it with my angel, I got a piece of I got a ruby. The second time I clear floor 10 on angel, I'll get a piece of ruby. So every time I clear floor 10 on angel, I'm gonna get 1 ruby, or 1 piece of ruby every time I leave properly. Otherwise, if I die, then I won't get that. But with the rubies, you can go, once you've done the quest and complete the quest of getting past floor 10 and leaving, you unlock the ruby shop. The ruby shop will allow you to spend your rubies. Obviously, ruby shop, spending rubies. There are a couple of tabs that you can use the rubies on. You can purchase some artifacts, which are the new weapons, or not weapons, but new equipment within Super Dungeons, which can be really helpful starting out and trying to beat the later floors. You can also work on some enchantments and scrolls. Now, most of them will actually cost pieces of ruby. You could also purchase talismans, like the slime, ancient slime badge, which has a multi damage to slime, and then also the passive effect when disassembled is after damage to slimes, which those are pretty good for after damage effects. You can also convert rubies into pieces of ruby, or you can convert pieces of ruby into rubies. And the last one is going to be your stats, which will allow you to either increase your artifact effect, which is based off of your equipment effect, which you can see in the ability equipment effect. And then you can also get the Super Dungeon Max Lore reward multiplier. So that would multiply, it would get added onto this calculation. Phew, that was a lot, wasn't it? When you're running Super Dungeons, as you kill monsters, you're getting fame. You get hero fame. As you get more hero fame, you'll get grades. Every time you get a grade, you will get a super ability point. You will also, every time you get a grade, you will get guild fame, which will then get increased, or will give you guild grades. But with the super ability, you'll get 1 point each time you get a guild or get a grade, which then can be boosting your abilities, your super abilities, I should say. With the guild grades, once you get up, you get some super abilities for guilds that can increase certain effects. Like this one will multiply my crystal gain by 200% and also increase the synthesizing level cap, which is the normal one, which currently max level is 20. So if I would purchase this, it would be 21. That would be the max. So could be a good way to get more resources if you need it, or there's like the training, which will increase the guild XP multiplier and also increase the level cap for training. So check out those and see what you might need the most. But I believe that covers Super Dungeons, at least the introduction to Super Dungeons. I will have some other videos out about Super Dungeons to kind of help out, because I know this is it's basically a whole game inside of a game. So hopefully this helped at least give you a maybe not so quick overview of Super Dungeons, but thank you for watching. I had forgot to talk about the cost to enter a Super Dungeon, so let me do that now. When you're starting, it will cost 1 portal orb to enter, and that will go up by 2 times every 5 Super Dungeon runs. So if I would do this 5 times, it would cost me 1 portal orb 5 times, so 5 portal orbs total, and then it would go up to 2 portal orbs for another 5 runs, and that will just keep on going until you would refresh. To get refresh cost refresh tickets, entry cost refresh tickets, you must do the cartographer quests, and you can see that in the town, the Mystic Arena level milestones 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100 are the ones that are adding the refresh tickets to the reward for the daily quest for cartographers. So the first 2 that you should actually get, because you need rank 2 anyways, will be for 1 and 2. You can also get some increases to that via the modifier the modifier milestones. Yeah, I did it. There's some milestones here that can increase the amount of tickets that you get per quest completion. So for me starting out, I can get 3 a day, and then eventually I can move up to hopefully 4 a day, and then eventually 8 and so on. So you'll have to kind of figure out for yourself when you should be using the refresh tickets. It's just going to kind of depend on how many orbs you can get in a day with your save. So that is the cost to enter. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.